Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the NimCast. I am your host, Nimage2299, and in today's podcast, I am joined by one of our co-hosts, Lord Pasta.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hello.
Lord Pasta.
All right, so we were going to try to see if we could get more than just Lord Pasta to join, but Lord Pasta is the only one available right now, so we were like, we need to do a podcast because we haven't done one in a while, so we just kind of got in a call and just started talking about, because when we started we were like, there's not much for us to talk about, but we came up with a couple things. I'm trying to think. First off, there is something you were talking about in terms of like recent YouTube drama.
Yeah.
Stuff that I usually don't keep up on.
I don't know. Probably a lot of the viewers have already heard about Tana Mongeau, or her name is like impronounceable, but it starts with an M.
Okay.
It's Tana and then like Mongeau or something like that. But anyway, she's a storytime YouTuber who like does like those, exaggerated like stories, how they're false, right?
But
you listen to them anyway. She does like those.
So it's like life stories kind of thing.
Yeah, it's life stories. Like no one likes her because it's kind of like a cheating thing. But anyways, yeah. So into what actually happened. So iDubbbz, everyone knows iDubbbz, right? He's like a funny comedian guy on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
He decides he's gonna do a content cop on her. So he goes on down to her. What's it called? Like event she organized for her fans. Okay. And he goes down when they're taking pictures with her. And he goes up and says, instead of he puts his arm around her, and then instead of saying say cheese, he says say, and then he says the N-word. And then apparently this freaked her out so much that afterwards she had him kicked out. And then she proceeded to make an entire video just ranting about how iDubbbz was the most horrible person in the world. And apparently she didn't even know it was iDubbbz at the time. She only realized that afterwards.
See, if she knew it was iDubbbz, she might not have done it. I'm just going to say...
Oh, no, she still would have done it because she had been...
You don't mess with iDubbbz.
Yeah. Well, what she was doing was she was actually, before that, she was tweeting at iDubbbz because iDubbbz makes all kinds of, bad offensive jokes and that sort of stuff, and she doesn't like that, and so I guess it was something that iDubbbz had planned. And so then after that, iDubbbz makes the content cop on her, and now she's basically destroyed because guess what, she says that you're not allowed to say the N-word ever, even for a joke, even if it's in context or something. But she herself has used it in a derogatory manner.
Okay. I mean,
so she's a complete hypocrite.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Honestly, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with using the word I'm not saying that you should just go around saying it all the time. It's not really something you should just go around saying it all the time. But it's more like, at the end of the day, it is just a word, and words at the end of the day don't really have any real kind of, I don't know, they're just
they only have as much power as you give them.
Right. So it's like,
and Tana Mongeau gave them a lot of power because she was doing live streams where she was crying and stuff and being like, iDubbbz is so offensive, he deserves to get banned off of YouTube.
I mean, I wouldn't say he deserves to get banned off YouTube, because I guarantee you there's tons of videos that use that specific word and are way more offensive that don't get banned. So, I mean...
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I didn't even know any of this happened because I do not get into YouTube drama very much because...
Yeah, but this stuff was all over the place. Not even just commentary YouTubers were talking about this. You had, all the, Sargon of Akkad, I think, talked about it. So I don't know. And also there was some drama with him and what's his name, JonTron. If you ever have heard of JonTron.
I've heard of JonTron.
Yeah, but anyways, apparently JonTron has been getting a lot of like flack just for talking to Sargon of Akkad, because
Like,
people don't like Sargon.
wow,
But that's a whole nother thing.
interesting. Oh yeah, another thing. Speaking of YouTube drama, there's something I did see, which was drama, which was based 100% on one video that I watched by Sinnoh, which was which was stuff happening with Zapti. Do you know who?
Oh yeah,
Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah.
So
now I wasn't like in the know on this one, so you might have to fill me in on a few things.
I don't know a lot. Like I said, the only thing I really know about the whole situation was based on a video by Sinnoh, because I'm subscribed to him. Actually, I'm subscribed to Zapti
I saw
as
that.
well. But basically,
I saw that video he made.
He was just basically telling everybody what exactly, at least from what he saw, what was going on. Which I guess was that there was a like 16-year-old girl or something who they were like sending nudes to each other or something, and she like revealed that, or like
I saw that.
let the text conversations out so people could see it or whatever. And so then there's like a big argument over whether he should be classed as a pedophile or not, or like, well, and some people are saying, well, it depends on where he lives and what the laws are there and all this stuff, and like, I don't know. And then I guess there's all this stuff about how he's a diagnosed sociopath.
Yeah, I heard that.
Realistically shouldn't, matter.
Yeah, I mean it's like, I mean, I know a guy who's a psychopath.
Right. So
I talk to him every day.
Like an actual sociopath, they aren't necessarily bad people. I mean, I guess
they just don't have feelings though.
They just don't have as like emotion or whatever,
But that does seem like it would be something that would contribute to this sort of behavior with this girl that.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, because apparently now I don't know if he did by now, but in the video anyways that I was by Sinnoh, he was saying that he didn't like that Zapti hadn't responded to this whole thing yet. Like, he hasn't really like said anything about it yet. So maybe there's something else going on that we don't know about. I don't know. So like,
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's
all really wishy-washy, like with the information that we have. I mean, I don't really know a lot.
Because first off, the girl who released the texts or whatever, text messages. First off, text messages can be easily faked, so you don't know. Maybe they are. I'm not saying they are, but they could have been. And also, like I was saying before,
But here's the thing: if it was fake, why didn't he say anything about it? Why does he like disappear now?
I mean,
that's the thing.
Yeah. I don't know, but I hope it doesn't like ruin his YouTube channel though, because I actually really like his videos.
Yeah,
so.
He produced good content, honestly.
Yeah.
Although it does kind of make him a hypocrite for like calling out Lion Maker and that.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying too. Is he made videos on Lion Maker and stuff for this, so he's a hypocrite. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think we have enough information about the whole situation to really make a full judgment on it. And like, either way, I'm still gonna continue watching his videos if I enjoy watching them, if they're good videos. So I don't know. It's like,
yeah, I mean, this is YouTube. Nobody cares if you're a psychopath.
But yeah, one of the big things though that came out of this is that he left Hot Wet Soup, which is like a pretty big podcast.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's one of the most popular podcasts, I think. Because it's like him, whatever the pig one is, Bionic Pig, whatever. I don't know his name exactly. And then,
yeah, Bionic Pig, and then I'm Alex, I think, are in it.
Is it I'm? Or was it? Yeah.
I'm Alex and Bionic Pig, and then Zapti was in that.
I think, yeah. But yeah, so he's not in that anymore. I mean, I never actually listened to the podcast, so I'm not like I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
But I guess it was a good one, and so I guess it sucks that it's ended or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I just don't know what to. This is one of those things where it's like, the response that people give to something is like almost blows it way out of proportion. I think, because I honestly think the situation, isn't that bad. Like, you really have to look at the context of everything and like, what are the laws in like where he lives in terms of that kind of thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, true. But if we're looking at this from the perspective of, does this dock some credibility this guy has, then yes, obviously it does.
I mean, maybe. Yeah. I mean, and obviously the fact that that he is a diagnosed sociopath, I guess that kind of would make you less likely to like believe things that he says, because I guess sociopaths are known to known to manipulate.
They lie a lot. They trick a lot. Yeah. Believe me, I know this.
Yeah. I mean,
I can tell you stories about the guy that I know.
But the thing is, like, ultimately, I wouldn't really watch his videos in that, like, believing everything he says anyways. Like, when I watch his videos, most people's videos, and pretty much anybody's videos anyways, it's just like, I'm watching completely for entertainment value, and I don't take everything people say completely seriously and believe everything people say,
True.
So...
And if you take the videos as independent from him, like as a person, you get the idea. They do. He was really good at like making points and stuff about things.
Yeah, making good points about things, really analyzing things well, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Definitely.
I still like his content. Like, believe me, if he put out a new video, I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've noticed his channel is, you could almost compare to like somebody like Colossal is Crazy, where it's like they don't upload very often at all, but when they do, it's like, it's an event almost. Like when they upload something, it's like I guess, because they're like well edited, well made videos. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I kind of hope it doesn't cause him to like just stop making videos altogether. Because I mean, like, the way I see it, you shouldn't base like what channels you watch off of whether the person is a good person or not. You should base it off of whether they make good videos or not.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking in terms of like, does this person have credibility?
Right, like, right. I understand that.
Of course, you're not gonna like trust if this person tells you, well, I don't have a good example, but you're just not gonna trust this person.
Like, ultimately, though, that's not really what I ever really watched his videos for, anyways. I just watched them for because they're entertaining.
It was just thoughtful videos, with a lot of like rational like thought and put into them. Stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a very smart person who knows how to make a good video. I actually wasn't planning on talking about that in this, but then I had just remembered it while you were talking about the other thing.
Yeah, good for reminding me about that.
Oh yeah, there was some YouTube drama that I remembered going on recently.
I did see that.
So here's another topic that I started thinking about recently. And it is YouTube related. Is what are your thoughts on, I mean, I know this isn't like a big relevant topic or anything like that, but it's just something I was thinking about. Is what are your thoughts in terms of like, is it okay for somebody to promote their own YouTube channel in the comments of another video?
Oh gosh. Okay, now is this a question of should it be allowed, or is it like,
I mean, just
unprofessional? Because no questions about it, it's unprofessional. People don't like that.
Right.
And I'll tell you one thing, self-advertisement doesn't work. It like people think that, oh, I'm in the stream chat of this huge YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spam my channel a bunch of times and get subscribers. It doesn't work like that. The people, they see your video and they automatically, like, some of these people don't even have videos in the first place, or if they have videos, they're so bad that when the people go on their channel and watch them, they get haters, not like fans.
Yeah.
So it never works out right. You have to have your audience grow naturally so that people who watch your videos actually want to watch your videos.
Yeah.
And people just generally see that as like a scummy thing to do.
Yeah.
I think that's a general consensus.
I think my ultimate thought on it now is that there's really nothing, in general, there's really nothing wrong with it. Like, it's okay to do that if you want, and like I don't see why it matters so much. Like, nowadays, you know, it is really hard to grow an audience on YouTube, and if that's like the only way you can do it, then go right ahead. But
well, I think the way you do that is with shoutouts.
That is true. That is
because that's like an honorable like version of doing that.
Right.
Because then people have an idea of who you are. You've like impressed this other YouTuber who thinks you're good enough, so they have a reason to look at your channel.
Right. That probably is one of the number of ways of doing it. But like, if you're not able to, or like, you know, or whatever, and it's like, because...
and the way of doing it that way is this is what I kind of do. So I mean, sneak peek onto like what I do with my channel is I do go into the live streams of like large YouTubers who do the same content as me, and then I befriend those YouTubers. Like I become like the main commenter who like asks them a bunch of questions and stuff. And so then I got this guy with like over 100K subscribers to call me Comrade Pasta. Yeah. And every time he sees me in chat, he says, "Hey, it's my comrade, Lord Pasta."
I mean, hey,
so I'm probably getting subscribers from that.
Like, that probably is the best way to do it. Yes, but the reason why I started to think about this is because I was in the comment section of, I think it was a PewDiePie video. I can't remember what video it was, and I saw somebody self-advertising in the comments, and I was just interested. I was like, because usually when I see these, I'm just like, okay, I just kind of, you know, forget about it and just move on. I just kind of go, yeah, it's just somebody self-advertising, whatever. But I was interested. I was like, okay, I wonder what kind of video, like this guy's channel looks like. So I click on the comment, go over. He has like 1,000 some subscribers, and he had literally just started, and he already only has like 4 videos. He only had like 4 videos or something. And he had just started uploading like a week or two ago, and he already has 1,000 some subscribers. And I watched his videos. They're not very good at all. They're not like highly edited or anything. And based on like watching his videos, he did like Q&As and whatever. He did a Q&A video. And apparently he gained his subscribers 100% just by advertising in like multiple different other YouTube channels. Which is weird. I don't know. So I was like,
yeah.
So that got me thinking, like, does that actually work to, you know, to gain an initial like spark of subscribers? Because he obviously didn't gain that many subscribers.
It worked for that guy, obviously.
Right. And I was like, so, but like he would comment things like, oh, I bet my one friend that I would be able to hit this amount of subscribers by the end of this time, you know, by the end of the month or something. Let's see if we can actually do that, you know, something like that. He would say some things like that, and then like there's a bunch of replies to it like, oh yeah, I went and subscribed and stuff, and I was like, wait, that was really weird. And I was like watching it, I was like, it can't be based on his content because his videos aren't very good. Because like I watched his first video, it was like absolutely awful, you know, like really bad sound quality and everything. I don't know, it was weird. I can't remember like the name of the person or anything, but
yeah. Honestly, I don't have any problem with people doing that. That's just the way that the system works. Some people get lucky and their comments get seen and they can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the other half of me is just pissed off at him because
that's the thing
all he had to do was type one comment.
I'm like,
and have crap videos on his channel.
Yeah.
And he has 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm like,
some people. I've been doing this for like I don't know, like
Yeah.
3 years now, and I only have 300 subscribers.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about is like,
And
yeah, I understand that. I'm like, I thought about it. I was like, what if I did that? But then I was like, no, because I feel like I don't want people to look at me like, oh my gosh, you gained your subscribers because, of advertising on other channels, because like I look at people who have done that, like this channel, I looked at him in that way, like, because I was like, wow, he didn't work very hard at all to get this, and I'm here like, uploading
exactly
3 videos a week,
and people people get like thousands of subscribers from this stuff. I've seen it too.
Yeah.
The largest one that I've seen is a guy that says his channel name is 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers, within a year or something like that. Get me 10,000 subscribers within a year. And when I checked him out, he had, well, not 10,000. His goal was 100,000, but he had 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I know a guy who's been doing YouTube for 5 years almost, and he has 10,000 subscribers. This dude's just been doing it for like a month, and he's already got 10,000 subscribers.
And it's
How is this fair at all?
Right.
And the way he does it is he comments on PewDiePie videos, and he's like, yeah, I comment on PewDiePie videos to get my audience.
I mean, at least he's honest.
Yeah, at least he's honest, though,
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, it's almost like, how else do you gain more subscribers? Because, like I've been doing, for however long, and I'm only at 45, like...
Yeah. Some stuff sticks, some stuff just doesn't.
Right.
I think part of it is you have to see what's big. You have to see what's going on YouTube, what people are looking up, and you have to do that. I
mean, I think that's the main problem with my channel is, like, I don't care about what's big. I care about, I'm just going to do what I want to do.
In a way, that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that what YouTube should encourage, though? Diversity in the content. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah,
but the only way to gain an audience is to latch on to the things that other people are doing and talking about. Like the way that I got popular, I'd still have under 100 subscribers. I guarantee, if I would have never played on 2B2T, I would still have under 100 subs.
I guarantee you that. But at the same time, you didn't play on 2B2T just because you knew it would help gain you subscribers.
Oh no,
you did it because you actually wanted to play the server.
I actually played on it before without recording. Because I thought if I recorded, people would think I was a sellout.
Yeah, but you did it because you liked the server. And
I legit liked that server, yeah.
Right. And like me, for instance, I started out doing only Minecraft, and mainly not because I thought it would make me a lot of subscribers or anything, but because I actually really liked Minecraft and I played it a lot anyways, so I was like, hey, why not record videos of it? I mean, I don't really play it much anymore, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is I don't want to gain subscribers because I want to gain subscribers based on people who like more not necessarily like the type of videos that I make, just like my personality. So I could be making any type of video and people would want to see it because they like me. They don't like not the specific videos I make, just me, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why
I definitely understand that because now that I've solidified myself as a 2B2T YouTuber, people expect 2B2T content from me. And honestly, in all honesty, I don't want to do it anymore. Okay? Yeah. I want to get back into Kerbal Space Program and play that some more.
Yeah.
And talk to some of the older people who have been subscribed to my channel for a while. But if I do that, everyone's going to unsubscribe from me because they didn't subscribe for that. Or something like that. Or if I did reaction videos or videos where reacted to other content, or if I did commentary videos, which are all things that I would actually be interested in doing, people would unsubscribe because
Yeah.
they didn't sub for that.
Yeah,
And I guess it's part of the problem with just being, I guess, a little bit of a larger YouTuber.
yeah, is you get to the point where you feel like you have to do a certain type of content because if you don't, people won't like you anymore and stuff. Yeah, that which is kind of annoying. Which is why I kind of decided I'm going to kind of push myself away from, like, I don't want people to be like, oh, NimCraft, that's that channel that does that kind of video. I want them to be like, oh, NimCraft, that's the one with that one guy, rather than like think of me as the guy who does this type of video. And I may do a lot of a certain type of video, but that's, mainly just because I feel like it. Like right now, most of my videos have been on the Lego Star Wars game, just because I was going to play the game anyways, and I was like, why not record it? So.
Yeah, true. I mean, if you enjoy something, why not record it? That's the YouTuber mentality.
That's
right there.
I mean, that's kind of the, basically.
Hey, I like doing it. I'm going to record it, man.
Yeah. I do want to start doing more, like, movie-related videos in general. Like, I don't want to necessarily be a movie review channel, but, like, that's just something I want to do along with other stuff that I would do.
Yeah. And believe me, I enjoy watching movie reviews.
Yeah.
Like, that's some of the better content on YouTube. So people do like that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I was actually tried to start a movie review channel that was, like, a separate channel. But then, like, it just didn't go so well, and I didn't really like making the videos as much. And so I ultimately
when I was checking
out
your channel.
Yeah, I ultimately just deleted it. But yeah, I am gonna. What I'm gonna start doing actually is probably, every time I watch a movie in theaters, I'll do like a quick little first thoughts kind of thing on it, like the first thoughts I had of it, and stuff. So, like I'll probably start off my first movie review would probably be. Because the next movie I'm going to see in theaters is probably going to be the Lego Batman movie, because that's coming soon. But.
So yeah. I guess that's our thoughts on, like, YouTube and all that stuff. But was there anything else that you wanted to, like, talk about during this podcast?
I mean, maybe a little bit, I guess, if you want to. So. I mentioned this before we started recording, but recently I did a video on my channel because I'm actually starting this series. I guess it's not really a series. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. But like basically we're going to do top 7 videos. And the second top 7 video I did, because the first one was top 7 most anticipated movies of 2017. We already kind of talked a lot about movies in 2017 in the last podcast, so we're not going to talk about that. But the other one I did was top 7 best movie trilogies of all time. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
So
you could go ahead and tell me a little bit about that, because I do love watching movies. I just don't know all about all of them or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either, because basically, because I don't know. The thing is, I've always been fascinated by the idea of trilogy. Like, it just feels like the perfect way to tell a series of movies that are like one story. Like the number 3 just seems like perfect for that, I guess. And so I was like, I don't know, I just really like the idea of trilogies, and I really like, the idea of looking into how, like, a trilogy of movies, how they work as one trilogy.
It's the whole beginning, middle, end thing is, I think, what ties it all together.
Right, and number 1 on the list was the original trilogy of Star Wars, and the reason why,
of course,
there was a couple reasons why I chose that. First off, I love Star Wars; it's my favorite movie franchise of all time, so obviously I chose that as number 1. But also because I think that the original trilogy, anyways, follows the whole 3-act structure thing, like, very well, as in, like almost perfectly, the way it's set up and stuff. So that was like one of the main reasons I chose that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's like one of my favorite like trilogies too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been watching it ever since I was a kid, so I mean, I'm kind of biased
because
there,
like,
but
well, like I don't necessarily hate the prequel trilogy like everybody else does, but it wasn't on the list because like I don't think it works as well as one complete trilogy as well as like the original trilogy does.
And plus they had Jar Jar, and plus they had Jar Jar in there.
Plus they had Jar Jar in there, yeah.
That's like minus a bunch of points.
And also, for my list, I made sure to only put in movie trilogies where all three of the movies were good. Because there's so many trilogies out there where people are like, yeah, that was a good trilogy, except like the third one wasn't good. But it's like, I wanted to make sure to only put ones where all three movies in the trilogy was good. Like, I didn't put the Spider-Man trilogy in there because I like those movies, but then, the third one I didn't really like as much. So the third one, a lot of people say like ruined the trilogy or whatever. So that's why I wouldn't include that. Guys, sorry about that. We had some connection issues. For some reason, my computer just suddenly disconnected from the internet. And then I went and checked to see if the internet was working in my house, and it was. Like, everywhere, everything else, the internet was working. But it was just the computer where it wasn't working. I don't know why.
Yeah,
so
really strange. I just, stopped here.
I was like...
in the middle of saying something.
Oh, my gosh. And then, yeah, I said something, and then I listened for a minute, and I was like, you're not saying anything. I was like, hello, are you there? Are you there? and then it just stopped, and I looked down and saw that, oh, the internet is not connected. So, anyways, we were just talking about movie trilogies. What was the last thing I said before it disconnected?
Oh, gosh.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
You were talking about how the Star Wars trilogy was the best.
Ah,
right?
Yes. So about, because I was saying about how it follows the 3-act structure, like, well and stuff. Which, if you want to get more in depth of that, I do talk about that a little bit more in my video, my top 7 best movie trilogies of all time. But I'm gonna ask you, what are some of the movie trilogies that you like? What do you think would be some of the best?
Oh. Well, obviously Star Wars.
Obviously Star Wars, yeah.
I don't know too many trilogies. I don't know movies by trilogies. But I just know them as separate.
Well, so, I usually do, but then there's some that obviously are, trilogies.
Yeah. Maybe name a trilogy.
Okay, so for instance, number 7 on my list. Now the reason why it was number 7, there are reasons why it wasn't higher on the list. Is Indiana Jones, the original 3 movies?
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
So I put them at number 7 simply because they're all good movies, which is one reason why they were on the list. Because in order for them to be on the list, they had to be all 3 good movies. But the reason why it was lower on the list is because there's not much connecting each movie. So it's not one complete story, it's 3 separate stories almost.
Yeah, that is true.
But then I also had movies like the Bourne trilogy was on there.
I've never seen the Bourne trilogy.
Okay.
What is that?
Do you remember seeing ads for the movie that came out last year, Jason Bourne?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've never seen it, but
Jason Bourne was a movie. Well, it wasn't part of the original, because there was 3 Jason Bourne or 3 Bourne movies. Bourne. What is it? What's the first one called? Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, and then Bourne Ultimatum. So they were a trilogy. So those are the specific ones I was talking about. And then the 4th one. Well, there's technically another one that's a 4th one, but Bourne isn't even in the movie, and it wasn't as good as any of the other ones, and nobody really liked it, which was Bourne Legacy. That was not a good movie. But then the one that just came out, that was just called Jason Bourne, was actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as good as the original ones, but yeah, that one was number 1. That to me is the number 1 action movie trilogy. Then you have trying to think of other ones around the list. Obviously, Lord of the Rings trilogy was there.
Oh yeah, that's another.
Yeah. But anyways,
that's the only fantasy that I'll watch.
Oh yeah, they are like the number one, fantasy movies. Lord of the Rings.
I won't watch anything else that's fantasy. Those, I'll make it.
Lord of the Rings like completely redefined the fantasy genre of movies, and still are probably the best fantasy movies ever. And then I had. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what else there was on the list. I think I had like Rocky trilogy, like the first 3 Rocky movies. There was a specific reason why I chose that for the list. That was like lower on the list though. I think that was number 6.
I would have put that lower on the list too. I mean, it's just not something.
Have you seen them?
I've seen them, but it's like, they're boxing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, they are probably some of the number one, like, I guess what genre would that be? Like sports movies or whatever?
Sports movies.
That type of movie. Movies where it's like, I don't know, whatever you would
maybe the
call
reason
that.
why I don't like them that much is I can't relate to them. I mean, imagine me trying to fight someone.
Well, see,
you don't know what I look like. If you did, you'd get what I'm saying.
Yeah. But they are still probably very well, made movies in general. But
yeah, they are.
The only one
I like them, but
yeah, but like there was a reason why why I chose them for a list, because I thought the first 3 worked really well as like a trilogy, and there was a specific reason for that, which you can watch the video and see that exactly.
I probably should watch your video.
And I'm trying to think. There was the Toy Story trilogy, of course, was on there.
Kids movie though. I actually still like, in class when they have like an extra day, they always play this Toy Story movies. I still enjoy them, honestly. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Well, they're the type of movies that's like, they're kind of technically kids movies, but they're also, made for anybody really. And I mean, I think in general it's just they all 3 of them do work really well as a trilogy. I mean, I think the second one is still my favorite of the 3, but like the third one is still really good.
The third one's really good.
And it has a really good ending and stuff. Like it has a good way to end that, movie series. A good way to end the trilogy off. So that was a good one. And I think there was one that I haven't mentioned, which is the Dark Knight trilogy.
Dark Knight. That's Batman, right?
Yes. The ones
I should know that.
Have you seen?
I haven't seen too many of them.
Oh,
I've probably seen like 1 or 2, but
because it's like the trilogy that has like it's the ones, the Christopher Nolan ones, which is like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. That was actually number 2 on the list, I think. So it's a really good trilogy. I mean, I still think, most people agree that the third one isn't the best of the 3, but like, so a lot of people would say that this is like a lot of trilogies where it's like the first one's good, second one's better, third one, not as good. But the reason why I put it on the list is because I don't think the third one, like, I don't think it's as good as the other 2, but it's definitely not a bad movie. Like, it's still a good movie, so, and a good like way to conclude the series. But yeah, you really should watch those movies. I mean, seriously, they're...
Yeah, I probably should. I don't know why I haven't seen.
You should. Well, yeah. Especially, you get to see
the amount of movies that I watch.
You get to see Heath Ledger. You get to see Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight, the second one, which is awesome and amazing. And yeah, you should also watch the Bourne trilogy because it's great. But yeah, so what would be like some of your favorite movie trilogies? You can base it off of this list if you want to, because I know you said before you couldn't think of many.
Obviously, like I said before, Star Wars is number 1. And I'd have to go for Indiana Jones at number 2, just because I just like it. It had pretty good stories in there. The only thing that
until the fourth one, until they made a fourth one and screwed it all up. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But they all have like nothing to do. They're all there like.
Right.
So
that's why.
You might not be able to like technically say it's like a trilogy, but it still is.
Right. Well, it still counts as a trilogy, and like the thing. That's the main reason why I put it lower on the list, is because they aren't really connected as one story, but in an interesting way, they do kind of follow a slight like trilogy kind of format. Anyways, the first one is just the fun adventure. The second one is the dark one. The third one is like the conclusion where they, at the end, they ride off in the sunset or whatever. So they kind of... I mean, I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose. Because, like, what they were saying when they were doing the second one is, they were like, we want this one to be the dark one because... We want this one to be a dark one because it's kind of like Star Wars, where the second one was the dark one of the trilogy. So, even though they're technically 3 different stories, they try to follow a, like, kind of... story, whatever. Yeah. And also, like I was saying before, is I would have put, like, let's say the Spider-Man trilogy on there, but the third one is, isn't very good. And so I was like...
I agree with that.
So I was like, like, I don't think it's as horrible as people say it is, but I still don't think it's very good. Yeah, and same with like the X-Men trilogy. I would have put that on the list. Thought about putting that on the list as well if the third one wasn't bad, because first 2 were good. But yeah, which is another interesting thing is when I was putting together this list, I was like, oh yeah, I could do trilogies for another top 7 list. But then when I was really looking into it, I'd be like, how about this trilogy? And I was like, no, because that one has. I realized just how little like good trilogies there are, where all 3 parts are good, and and it made me really think about like how difficult it must be to make a good trilogy of movies, which is interesting. Something that I would like to do someday, make a good trilogy of movies, because I want to get into movie making.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make like stuff like that, learning the trilogy is, I think it's like a good way of like setting up a story on.
Mm-hmm.
You have the beginning, the middle, the end, like I said before.
But like there's like a trilogy and ideas I have for like a specific trilogy that I want to do, but I want to make sure that the first one is still really good as its own story, because like, if you take a first part of a story and all it's trying to do is set up the next part, then it kind of like, takes away from it. And that's one thing that I noticed about a lot of these trilogies is none of them, there's no parts in the trilogies where it's like, we're just trying to set up the next part. Each part in it is trying to tell its own good story. Which is what I guess makes a good trilogy.
Believe me, I've tried to come up with like ideas for stories myself too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, because I want to get into filmmaking and all that, which I said before. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know if there's much else to say in this. I actually don't know how long we've been recording this, because there's 2 separate recordings because we had to stop right in the middle there.
Yeah, true. The last one was like around, I forget.
I think it was close to 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The actual recording was. This is like going. I don't know. I forgot. I lost it.
Well, I mean, I can look at exactly how long I've been recording. So I've been recording this for like 13 minutes. So it's probably around. So this will probably be close to 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Which is fine.
One thing I have to say, I think we might have to end the podcast right here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
Sorry about that if I'm like ending it right here, guys.
I mean,
Like,
we didn't really have a lot more to talk about. But anyways, yeah. Hopefully next time we can get more than just the two of us in for it. We just realized we needed to get something out there because it's been a while since we uploaded the last one. So yeah, and leave in the comments what your thoughts are on pretty much everything that we talked about in here. On, you know, the YouTube drama, whatever stuff we were saying earlier, about whether you think, what you think about whether it's okay to advertise your channel in other comments, whatever, like we were saying. And also, what your thoughts are on some movie trilogies that you like, I guess, and all that stuff. And
don't forget the YouTube drama, too.
Yes. And also leave in the comments any topics you would like us to talk about in a future podcast, because as you can see, we didn't really have a lot to talk about in this one, so we just kind of did whatever we could. I mean, it was fun. It was a good conversation, I guess. But yeah, so leave in the comments any topics for future podcasts. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.